In the first video I introduced you to the world of learning, which is good if you want to become an academic weapon. We all want to be academic weapons, right? Today I will lay out main factors that contribute to healthy and good learning, and it's way more trivial than you would imagine. Learning is hard. You've probably noticed that after a long study session you feel exhausted, your brain feels numb, you start getting a headache, you feel unwell. It feels like you just ran a marathon, right? The brain uses 20 to 30% of your body's energy in the form of glucose. The exact percentage varies across studies. The 20% number came from communication majors and the 30% from physics majors. Just kidding. Communication majors only need 5%. Just kidding. But the essence of the statement is the following. If you don't have a healthy diet, you will not have a healthy learning experience. To be more precise, you need to maintain a relatively stable glucose or blood sugar level over your study session. This will ensure that your brain always has the resources needed to work properly. By abstraction, this means you should avoid spikes in your blood sugar levels. Why? Imagine you eat a sweet snack full of glucose. Your pancreas will secrete insulin, which then guides the glucose to move into fat and muscle cells. This will happen extremely fast with sweets and candy, as the glucose is already in a simple form which the body can work with. This means you get an insulin spike and thus a very short duration in which energy is provided to your body. After that, your energy level falls off a cliff and you feel exhausted. That's why you want to eat another candy after 10 minutes. You are harming your body. You will not be an academic weapon if you eat like that. Instead, go for longer forms of carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates like oats and sweet potatoes. Skip the trash. Train yourself to maintain a healthy diet. This will directly convert into better learning, as your body will slowly convert these complex carbohydrates into glucose, which will maintain a stable blood sugar level. You will have constant power to learn instead of a spike and then a drain of energy. Additionally, you will see healthy side effects like better skin and overall well-being. That may also lead to better learning results as you are less stressed with other things. So, the first part was eating. What's another key factor contributing to a better learning experience? It's also something you put into your mouth. Something just snap. Wait, what? No, it's about drinking water. Your neurons store water in vacuoles. This is necessary to maintain the function of the brain, which is to fire and wire. Each firing and wiring drains your water resources. You need to fill that gap. In different studies, even little levels of dehydration showed a negative impact on cognitive function. I want to give you a practical example. In your sleep, you sweat and you lose a lot of water, up to 2 liters. I don't know the equivalent in bathtubs, but I'm sure you can Google it. So if you wake up in the morning, your body per default is dehydrated. Imagine you go to school or college without drinking water. You will not be in a good cognitive state. It's practically useless. You feel fatigue, you feel numb, you get lazy, you don't listen. Don't be like that. This is not academic artillery behavior. When you wake up, drink water. When you start a learning session, first start by drinking water. I am not telling you this because I want to lecture you, I do, but to help you become more effective with your learning. Help yourself. It should be noted that too much water is also unhealthy, so a good regulation here is to listen to your body. If you are thirsty, drink, and this is achieved by always having a water bottle ready. Alright. So now you might say, your tips were good, food and water. Idiot, who doesn't know that? Moron. You're probably right, but again, learning to learn starts at a fundamental level. If you don't have a good base, all learning techniques won't work. So we build a base and from there on we will move forward. However, there are other factors that may also influence your ability to learn. One of them is time planning. Schedule your learning. It is completely useless to study 10 hours for a test the night before. I know we've all done it. Of course we have. And the worst part is that it actually worked. Literally creates a positive feedback loop if this works that will not benefit your learning experience overall. When I was still in university, I had 2 exams scheduled 24 hours apart from each other. One was very significant to my grade and the other was not. So I spent all my time and focus on the important exam. For the other unimportant exam, I studied 8 hours before the exam and did not sleep at all. Can you imagine what is left in my brain now from that exam? Right, nothing. I literally threw away lifetime, even though it were only 8 hours, and basically got nothing out of it that I can use for my life. This does not make sense. This could have been prevented by simply scheduling my learning better. For example, imagine you have 2 exams coming up, 24 hours apart. Of course, you know that 1 month before the exams will take place. The easiest solution here is to do a rotation of the subject you learn every other day. One day you study biology, the other day you study history. It's literally that easy. This also fits into what we discussed in the first video, distributed practice effect. If you stretch your learning, in this case by a 1-day lag, your brain will learn even better because it forms long-term potentiation. The network of neuron connections gets better. It will be easier to pull out that information from your brain. Check out the first video if you want to learn more about this. This easy time planning method will save your grades. If you want to become an academic weapon, plan ahead. Don't let the studying guide you, you need to manage your time. If you have more than 2 exams ahead, the first thing I would do is to start studying earlier. Study time period as a whole is of course dependent on the amount you need to learn. But this is common sense, and since you watched this video, I know you are one of the smartest people on earth. Subscribe to my channel. In the next video, we will be discussing additional 2 factors that are really important. You definitely want to miss out on these ones, so hit that bell and become an academic weapon with me.